I hope that any boss runs their company the way President Trump is running this country. Higher. Higher.
Ooh,
I think that we're not.
How high? Did MAGA vote for China to be able to buy up more American real estate or American companies?
So we haven't covered Alina Habba in a while, Trump's TV, sometimes courtroom lawyer, largely because she was benched after her failures in a real courtroom for Trump, but she's now taking back to the airways, filling the TV lawyer space regularly. So be sure to like this video. We're going to hop into some clips of her on Fox News saying some suspect things, and we'll be back with the fact checks.
How about just work? Like, never mind essential role. That's easy. Are you working? Are you working? Are you double dipping? Are you working for another company? And if you cannot say that you are working, you do not have a job pretty much anywhere. And I hope that any boss runs their company the way President Trump is running this country.
Let's think about how Trump has ran the government so far and compare it to how a business would look if it was ran that way. Trump has removed discrimination laws, passed a budget to take health care away from people, that also passed a budget that's going to send us further into debt, is recklessly laying off employees to the point he fired some accidentally that were in crucial positions and had to scramble to try and rehire them while breaking multiple laws. I would think anyone running a business like Trump is running the government would probably deserve to be in prison, which coincidentally is also where Trump deserves to be.
Now, Alina, do you think they'll get to that 230,000 employee number to cut? Will they go higher? What's your sense as things stand now?
Higher. Higher.
Ooh,
I think that we're not. I think there's. I don't know, but I can tell you that the what we've recovered and what we've seen is so clear. We're already ahead of schedule. Elon spoke to that.
Let's just step back for a second to put this in perspective, because a lot of people shy away from the math and don't understand how this would look in real life. Aside from the Department of Defense that has 3 million employees, which is because it's including like the active duty soldiers. It's not like 3 million pencil pushers, and Trump hasn't signaled any desire to do mass layoffs from the Department of Defense, aside from, he's done the handful of generals that were woke and the lawyers that would tell him no. The only other agencies that even have 100,000 employees are the Postal Service, the Department of Justice, Veterans Health Care, DHS, USDA. For instance, Social Security only has like 60,000. CMS, which oversees Medicaid and Medicare, only has like 6,000. So to even achieve this 230,000 number, let alone more, like Alina Habba is referencing here, we're talking about completely gutting these crucial smaller agencies, or taking from the Postal Service, which will lead to 10 times more expensive privatized shipping, or taking away from things like veterans health care that'll render it ineffective as the staff is dwindled down. Like, what a guy. The idea that this is some noble task or even smart, right? Like, let's just start with smart. It's incredibly dumb for anyone who isn't rich enough to benefit off these services being destroyed to have that opinion.
Did MAGA vote for China to be able to buy up more American real estate or American companies, they ask?
Is that really a question? Really? That's what we're doing now? The spin? That's the spin? Yeah, no. What the president said was very simple. It's the same policy we've had across the board. When you look at reciprocal tariffs, when you look at the strong arm that President Trump has had with China, with Canada, with Mexico, we want America to be safe. We care about American people first. It's like what you just said in your monologue. I couldn't have said it better. America first.
Alina, but you can't buy... reciprocity would mean Americans can go off and buy lots of Chinese real estate, near military bases.
Yeah, guys, America first. And that's why Trump said he'll send American troops, risk American lives to annex Gaza for Israel, and why he said China should come in and buy up American land and invest in our businesses, and after fear-mongering about them for years, mind you, and why he's saying he'll sell U.S. citizenship to foreign buyers for $5 million, and all these other crazy ideas of annexing sovereign countries and this and taking the Panama Canal, but hasn't focused any energy on lowering medicine prices for Americans, lowering grocery prices for Americans, lowering energy prices for Americans, lowering housing prices for Americans, hasn't done anything for the middle or lower class in America. It's all things for show and for the wealthy, like naming the Gulf of Mexico the Gulf of America, or forcing through tax cuts that'll rip away Medicaid from your grandparents, because hell yeah, it's literally Trump's ego first. Sorry, it's Putin first, then Trump's ego second, Trump's ego's third, Trump ego's fourth, Putin fourth, Putin fifth. However you want to break it down, it's Putin and Trump's ego, right? And then the wealthy Americans after that. Everybody else isn't even considered.